Well, the sun has came back out again. Yeah, we've been having off and on summer showers. You know, those call them isolated or scattered. Yeah, we had a high of 82. Humidity, oh, that's been brutal. 78 to 98 with a light breeze. And it's been raining, like I say, I think 3 or 4 times now for about anywhere from 5 minutes to 10 to 15 to 20, just light to moderate, and a drizzle. Yeah, just enough to get me run back in the house from what I was up to. Yeah. Well, now, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, temperatures started to drop off, 79 degrees. And a light wind. Whew, it's that time again. We got to clean up Alice. She's looking a little dingy again. Yep, that's part of living under the trees. Wonder where my kitty crew's at. They were with me earlier when I was out by the tire planters. Maybe I could walk around and find them. Well, you never know. My friends and family might show up. Oh, well, there you are, friends and family. So good to see you again. And so glad you could stop by and spend a little time with the little old man and his little piece of paradise in the deep south of Alabama. And you know, we're always glad you came. So if you'd like, we'll take a little walkabout. We haven't done that in a while. And that, we'll talk about a few things that I've been up to today. Sort of like I say, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Yeah, and that's sort of what we're up to. And plus, I did a few things so I can get more mobile, more active. And I think we all need that. I know I do. Because since my hormone treatments, cancer treatments, and all of that, I haven't been much up to the mobile thing. You know, you walk around the house, back and forth to the bathroom, bedroom, kitchen, dining room, den, out to the mailbox, back, out to Alice, and on occasion, walk around the super poots. But as far as walking around the property like I used to, and taking walks in the big woods and down by the lake, hasn't been any of that in 2 years now. Well, let me show you what we've been up to. Spooky, he's finally showed up. So he'll walk with us too. Spooky, you gonna walk with Papa? And talk with the peoples? Yeah. You know, you got a lot of fans out there. Okay? Where's your buddy Fluffy? Huh? Oh, I see Fluffy. He's down by the end of the walk. Fluffy! Fluffy! You gonna come up and walk with us? Come on. Let's take a walk. You're looking majestic, aren't you? So yeah, the yard's looking pretty good. The lawn service does a fairly good job, well, with the mowing, and somewhat with the weed whacking or weed eating or whatever you want to call it. And of course, there goes Spooky. He's going to go up in the tree. He wants to play, and of course, Fluffy's right behind him. Well, it's good to see that Spooky's got a playmate now. He'd been real despondent since Mr. Gray passed, and of course then we lost his sibling, Speedy, too. So now they can play. And I haven't showed you my fig tree in quite some time, or my fig bush. And it's just loaded up with pigs. You see them right there? There's 2. There's 2 more right there. Oh, they're everywhere, trust me that. 1 right there. 1 up there. There's a little one hiding there. There's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on that limb. There's 3 right up there. 2 more there. Another one there. Some back off in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, you get my point. Plenty of pigs this time of year. I think the last time I counted, there was at least 50 pigs on this little fig tree bush. See them? They're just about on every limb. Can't wait for them to plump up and get all ripe. And that rain will definitely help out. You gonna walk with me, Fluffy? Yeah, and that's something I did too. I did yesterday. I measured out a walking course around the property. Now I have a little over a half acre, and the way we're walking right now, we're coming up to the old bamboo forest or bird sanctuary, squirrel sanctuary, possum, groundhog. Yeah, a lot of wildlife in the old bamboo forest. Right, Fluffy? Come on, Fluffy. Yep, he's right with me. And that. So, yep. I started out this morning right here. Why? Because I got an issue. And if you look way up there, starting to grow on my cable, my telephone lines, and what have you, is some greenbrier. Yep, and it'll keep growing. It'll get heavier and heavier. And it'll continue up to the power lines. And eventually it'll get so heavy, then a strong wind will come along. See, it's right there. Right in there. And then it'll tear down my power line to the house and my phone, cable, and what have you, because this happened before. I cleared this section off right here in front of this telephone pole 2 years ago, and it was quite a job. Last year, I just couldn't keep it maintained. Now here I am again, working my way back into that power pole right here. And you can see, doesn't look like much that I got accomplished today, but at least I was working at it, slowly but surely, eating that elephant one bite at a time. I was just proud I could get this much done. And by the time it rained, I was glad to go in the house and sit a while. And should weather permitting, tomorrow, we'll start back again. And there's my Spooky right there. Spooky, the wind blew over our lawn chair. The garden area here has been almost all mowed down. And this is what I say about lawn service. They were supposed to get this whole place cleared, but they got most of it. Of course, they did tell me they're working on it. Yeah. We'll have to have a chat when they show up, not this Sunday, but the Sunday yet to come. Because I have it done every 2 weeks. And it is a big help. This is just a burn pile here. We got to get it all burned off. And there's my oldest truck. Well, it's not. That's a 99. Still runs. AC don't work. Needs a bath, as always. It is missing on one cylinder. I think it's the ignition pack and the wires. I'll have to look into that. And look who's here. As you know, Cleo's gonna lay on my feet. Aren't you, Cleo? You gonna lay on my feet so Papa can't walk? You are. You just love my feet, don't you? I think she's got a foot fetish. But she doesn't even wait till I stop, so you gotta be careful with Cleo, right? She'll definitely trip you up. But then areas like this, they're supposed to clear. They haven't got to them yet. Of course, this is only the third time they've came. like I say, we'll chat. Not this coming Sunday, but the following one, about what, I expect them to do. I understand they got a schedule to keep, or at least that's what they claim. But then I came down here after the second rainstorm and thought, this is a much smaller elephant to clear off right beside this fence. And maybe I could finish it today. But then the third rain shower came just a little while ago. And then my son called me and we had a long chat. So it gave me time to go on in the house, catch my breath, go back on oxygen a bit. It's a little low. But I did get the tire planters cleared out. Soil's looking good. I still got to get that Virginia creeper cut back off that fence. And some of the blackberries there. I think that's where we'll start tomorrow. And that. Now as we walk, like I said, I measured around this here little walking trail around the perimeter of my property last night. And I measured it, and it comes out to 1.1 tenth of a mile. Why is that important? Well, you got to have something to measure your progress. Yeah, you do. And I'll be honest, I started out making one trip around it. And I was a little, breathless. Well, as times went by, like now, I can make more than one. I can make 2, 3, 4, or 5. You see, instead of thinking your goal is so steep you just can't climb that mountain anymore, well, try climbing the foothills first before you take on Mount Everest. Just saying. So yeah, from the time I leave the porch to the time I get back right here, it's 1.1 tenth of a mile. So yeah, it doesn't seem like much, does it? It doesn't really look like I accomplished much. But considering what I have done ever since my cancer treatments, and that, it's more than you know. Yes, it is. And that's the thing I'll tell you. There's nothing wrong with starting small. But the one thing I've been reading up on more, the less and less mobile we seniors allow ourselves to get, the shorter and shorter our life gets. And I'm just not ready to head up and meet Father God yet. Of course, as always. Should he decide he needs to see me before I'm ready, well, that's his decision, and he'll call me up. But I'm going to do everything I can with his help, and I'm sure he gives it, to get back on my feet. And like I say, it all starts with that first step. And I know people that currently get pretty winded just going out to the mailbox. And there for a while, that was me. The COPD on certain days makes it real tough. And today, with that humidity, the lowest it was 78%. Then it was 98 to 100. I think it's currently 98. Because we got more rain coming from the east, which is rather unusual. But it's just going to be scattered throughout the night. And I guess it's going to be this kind of way for 3 to 4, 5 to 6 days to come. And what I'm going to do is I'll go out and do what I can outside in between the rain showers, and then I'll come in and relax a little. And if I feel up to it, you know, I might do some cooking, some cleaning, decluttering. Yeah, some chores. Always chores to do. Dishes, washing, litter boxes, vacuuming, dusting. Yeah, we got it all. I've got it, you've got it. Everybody's got it if they want it. So this is what I've been up to today. And like I say, it don't look like much, but it's more than I've been doing. And that's what's important. And if you're in the same boat as I am, I hope maybe this will inspire you to get up a little more. Take it easy though. Don't strain yourself. You ain't old Mr. Tom. You know, it's like I say, I still keep at least one can of whoop butt in my back pocket, just in case I ever need it. And it never hurts to crack open a can of spinach like Popeye. In fact, tonight I'm thinking about incorporating just that. Some Popeye spinach into my meal. Whew, maybe with some hard-boiled eggs. Yeah, a little splash of vinegar, apple cider. Yeah, it'll make for a good side. Trust me, it will. So y'all, I just wanted to show you what I was up to today. It's not much. And maybe you'll tell me what you were up about and doing. Did you go shopping? You know? Did you take a ride about? Or maybe you took a walkabout on your property or somewhere you wanted to go. Let us all know in the comments below the video. Because what you write down there can also help to inspire others as they read along. And many of us still do. Yes, we do. So hey, until I, the Kitty Crew, Cleo, Spooky, Fluffy Muffin, and the little princess of the house, see y'all in that next video, an episode of Mr. Tom's Neighborhood. Y'all take care. Stay safe out there. May God bless you all as you bless those in your lives. And thank you all for everything you do to make our life better here too. Yep. Well, there's my birdie friends. Time to go in. See about supper. I wonder what we'll be cooking up. Yeah, that's one thing about working when you get older and then getting down way low. Yeah, you got to be careful when you get up. We just can't jump up like we used to. Later, all.